Hello and welcome to Tech Book Review. My name's Bob Willis, and periodically we'll be running a video clip like this to bring you up to date with some of the new titles which are around, which may assist you as an engineer in the assembly process. We're going to cover a number of subjects during these video clips. The first subject will be my top 10 books, or certainly my recommendation. Now, remembering that I'm a mechanical engineer by profession, so I tend to concentrate on the assembly side. You can download a list of my top 10 titles if you would like to. Included with that is a list of the top selling IPC standards. Now, not surprisingly, the IPC 610 is probably the most popular document, and with it 600. There's also documents on the requirements of soldering materials, which are really quite popular sellers at this moment in time. If you'd like to email or in fact include a comment on this video clip, then why not tell us about your top books, the ones that give you the most benefit in manufacturing. We'll also mention one of the new IPC standards which is coming out and will be shortly available. But first of all, what I'd like to do is introduce some of the new titles that are available in the industry. Now, first of all, there is a title which is not actually a book, but Tin Alloy Solder Global Suppliers Guide. It's actually a guide to the suppliers worldwide. It's a document which gives you full contact details and information on where to get further information on the suppliers to the industry. Again, a reminder that I'll obviously be including the contact details for all of these titles and including that as a download from this video clip. One of my favourite books, and although it's been out some time, is Portable Consumer Electronics. Now, not only does this talk about consumer electronics and the types of components, but it also looks at failure analysis and some of the failure modes associated with modern electronics. Again, as I'm involved or interested in failure analysis, that's one of the reasons for my interest in that particular title. A book that has been around again for some time, however, it's now in its third edition. And this is Wire Bonding in Microelectronics, written by George Harman. Now, surprisingly, there is a hell of a lot of information that you need to consider when adopting wire bonding. Obviously, there's the materials, the process, the quality control, but the metallurgy and, of course, the materials themselves. Selecting the correct materials can obviously improve your process significantly. Now, this title includes a CD-ROM with additional information. So if you're into wire bonding, testing, evaluation or inspecting of joints, and possibly considering wire bonding for the future in some of your more advanced products, then perhaps have a look at this title. A title that's fairly recently been introduced by Wiley is Strategies to Prediction, Mitigation and Management of Product Obsolescence. So if you're interested in obsolescence issues and what to look for and how to deal with it, and also if you're obviously coming up against the issues of counterfeit components, this may be a very good reference source for you. Again, check that title out from Wiley. Now, if you're interested in contract manufacturing, Susan Mucha has had a title available for some time in the industry called Find It, Book It and Grow It. Now, this is more to do with the whole strategy on contract manufacturing. If you're involved in contract manufacturing as part of a sales force, then some of the tips in here can be very, very useful. And certainly if you're getting into contract manufacturing or setting up a facility, then it's a good blueprint for looking at some of the important aspects to look out, not necessarily the technology and the assembly processes, but more to do with the management, the financial side, and of course, as she suggests, growing the business, which is all important. Now, I'm a mechanical engineer by profession, not an electronics guy, so I don't necessarily have to know how things work. And I was presented this book at Apex last year to look at reviewing. Now, Solid State Device Systems, written by Gary Ruckus, is perhaps a title that didn't sort of instantly strike an accord with me. But when I actually looked at the book and also looked at the accompanying CD-ROM, it was very, very apparent that it went into very low-level detail, my understanding, of how components work, how subsystems work, and how to put it together. Again, a great training resource, and that's probably one of the main reasons that Gary introduced this book, to provide a service to the industry, to allow you to train other people and perhaps myself on understanding really how components work. Now, I mentioned a brand new IPC standard which has recently been introduced, and that's the Handbook 850, dealing with potting materials, the applications, the materials and how to control them, quality control, monitoring and design. And this particular title is now available from the IPC bookstore. Again, quite detailed, a lot of photographs illustrating particular points, and a useful reference source. I guess that it's only fair that I get the opportunity of mentioning my first book, and this is Pin-in-Hole Intrusive Reflow. I've been involved in the industry for many years and involved in pin-in-hole intrusive reflow. And basically what I tried to do with this title is look from the component, the design, the PCB fabrication and the whole assembly process. It's a free download, so I guess this is not really being too commercial, as you can readily available to download and review it. So this has been Bob Willis for Technical Book Review. Hopefully it's given you an insight in some of the new titles, and of course a listing of some of the older titles which are around, which are still very popular and very useful in our industry. Thank you very much.